Alright, we back, man. Yo, we gonna get straight into this one, man. This one I'm mad excited about. I do want to shout out my man DJ. He don't want to put me onto it. He was like, yo, you gotta do this documentary Noisey did on Birmingham. And y'all know the purpose of the channel, basically bridge the gap with the US and the UK. And I feel like this is a dope documentary to do just because it's mad artists from Birmingham, you know, Brum, how y'all say it. But that London get the credit for it. You know, a lot of people outside of the UK look at everything as if it's London. You know what I mean? They don't realize, like, Birmingham, they damn near competing with London with the artists. It's heat over there. You know, I don't want to, there's so many people to name. I don't even want to start naming them. But we're going to get into this real quick. This Noisey Birmingham, the unstoppable rise of Birmingham rap. So hopefully this gives people a better insight on Birmingham, you know what I mean? The artists from there. And, you know, hopefully I learned something too. You know what I mean? Let's get into it.
They're conscious that people are aware of their accent, are aware of their background, but there ain't no better friend than a Brummie.
50% black, 50% white, 100% Brummie. That's what I am.
I'm Birmingham. I am the flowers, the trees, the canals, the grass, the leaves. I am Broad Street. I am 0121. I am Wagwan, fam. I'm that kid writing bars on the back of the bus, the voice exhaling from the singer. I'm that kid that didn't succeed and tried again and achieved improvement. I am more than a game of...
One thing I do want to say about Birmingham, you know, what I've learned is it's mad Caribbeans, especially like mad Jamaicans, you know what I mean? So the vibe I get from it is like similar to Brooklyn, you know what I mean? But I've been in London mad times, so many times, sometimes I feel like I can't even count, and I've never been to Birmingham. So, you know, definitely my next trip there, we here in Birmingham.
More than a record deal, blessed with the gift of music, I can kill. I am a bird, a voice that will be heard amongst the herd. I am dedication and persistence when nobody believed in me. I am the limitless possibility. I'm Birmingham.
I want everybody from Birmingham in the comments to put, you know, in the comments where they from in Birmingham, man. Like, let me know in the comments.
She wants a man from Brum.
My name's Mike Skinner and I grew up in Birmingham, 0121. This place will always feel like home. England's second city, they call it. But when it came to music, it felt more like the fourth or fifth. The city of 1,000 trades. But none of those were rapper, at least not when I was a kid.
Yo, I do want to know, like, do you guys think that Birmingham comes after Manchester as far as popularity in the music world? Let me know.
You couldn't rap, not if you were from round here, not with that accent. You certainly couldn't have a lyric like Man's from Birmingham, celebrating the fact that you were local. And she definitely didn't want a man from Brum. After Grime happened, there was a passionate underground scene up here, with the occasional cosign from the London icons. But people weren't making a living, and major labels weren't showing interest. You were always just pretty good for a Brummie. But it felt like in the blink of an eye everything changed. My city with its mix of warmth and toughness, of Irish, South Asian, Caribbean and African culture, of football lads and the pub as the hub of the community, has started creating real-life stars, rap stars, from where the...
Shout out to Mobiles too. I know it was yesterday. I see Lady Leshurr wasn't just now, but shout out to Mobiles. You know, I know they just came back.
Imagine that.
When I see JK on stage, when I was at his show, I couldn't even get into the show because I was just having a moment where I was just feeling proud. I used to write to this guy when he was in jail. I'd much rather see him on stage if then locked up or in jail, or like some of our other friends no longer here no more.
3 Sambucas. Can I have a Red Bull as well, please? We haven't really had a music scene in Birmingham. Like, we've had Ozzy Osbourne, we've had Dick.
What I do want to say too about JK, if y'all never heard JK before, definitely, right after y'all done, man, check him out. He's heat, like heat.
He's Midnight Runners, you know. But there's 3 people who right now, you got Lady Leshurr, Mist and JK. I think they're flying the flag for Birmingham. Hold tight, Lady Leshurr. It's great to see her getting the recognition she deserves. And
so this got to be before Millions, you know, because right now Millions, I know he's up there with the top leading the way.
You know, she's been on this since 2002, 3, 4, around this area where we are now.
hold it down like a Snapchat. Go over your head like a snapback. Uploaded a pic, double tap that. And your flow so old, granddad. It's just banter. Yeah. I'm way too much like a black cap.
I was actually thinking of you this morning because I was in Liverpool last night.
Yeah.
And I woke up this morning and I didn't have a toothbrush. I was like, fuck. I can't.
That's hilarious. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Never brush your teeth.
I feel like Manchester sort of had the culture in the north thing.
See, I just asked that question too, so he answered it for me. You know what I
London's
mean?
got it sewn up in the south, and it felt like Birmingham was kind of left out. Do you think kind of rap is like leading the way with it?
Definitely. I think so many people are just making a name for themselves out here, and majority of the time it's because of the accent. And that's one thing, like, when I first heard Mist, I think a lot of people really liked him because he was rapping in a Birmingham accent.
What I want to say about Lady Leshurr is crazy because I've been familiar with her. Honestly, I thought she was the top dog, or I look at her as one of the top dogs with the women for a while. I've always thought she was from London up until, like, you know, I started the channel, you know what I mean?
With my boys to the dam, go down.
Because I don't know, when I was like growing on Eminem, I did try the little American accent here and there. It happens, and you go through that phase.
You almost want to tell young people it's got nothing to do with what you've got. It's kind of like what you make of it. Like, it really, really is.
I don't think I would want to grow up anywhere else but here. So I'm going to show you the youth club that I literally lived in.
It's crazy. This don't look anything like London also.
What did they actually have in here that helped you?
They have everything in there: drums, keyboards, studio equipment, mics, Macs. At that time, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, Macs. I've never saw an Apple Mac before. I just gotta give it up, man, because without this youth club, I don't know where I would be, literally.
How many of y'all been to this youth club too? How many of y'all grew up in it, playing with the Macs and doing all that? Y'all was friends with her back in the day.
Quite a smooth thing going from like here to like maybe getting known a bit more. Was it quite smooth?
It was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
I'd go to London and sleep on people's couches, sleep on people's floors. No one really hyped me up. None of my family was like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. I had a very strict father, so I wasn't allowed out anywhere. The only place I could go was here. And then it got to a point where I was getting asked to come to One Extra and do things down there, and I just wasn't allowed to go, so I just had to start lying. Not a lot of people know this, but my close people know it. I had a breakdown, too much stress and too much feeling trapped. And at the time I was working with management that were I was basically like a slave. Like, they were telling me to stay in and write from 10 till 5 every day, and it just became like a job. And
I know when I covered some of her joints, mad people was going to the comments basically telling me like, yo, she decided she don't want to do music anymore. Like, you know, she just want to, I think they said she was going to pursue just like being a personality, an influencer. I think it was YouTube. Is that the case still? This is just what I'm reading in the comments. I really didn't look into it. Is that the case? Let me know.
And I don't ever want music to feel like that. I think the drive and the motivation and the passion, it all comes from my mom. My mom's always been the mom and the dad. She's looked after all of us, and she had 3 jobs. To have like a role model like that at a young age, because I saw her go through so much stuff, that really, I don't know, like it's in me. Had a lot of knockbacks, and they kind of strengthened me in the long run. Mate, childhood memories. Hello.
Hi, my name's Mike.
So this living room is legendary for me because you're standing in it now, and I used to bang your music in this living room. I wasn't even gonna be on a corny thing.
So he's someone too. So this is the crazy thing. I don't know exactly who he is. You know, she said she used to bang his music, but y'all gotta put me on to it, you know, because I don't know who it is. Mike Skinner.
You know what I mean? But I'm being real.
Blue 54.
Or is he a part of that group?
Birmingham's been good to us. There's an awful lot of Irish people here in Brum.
Look it up.
Well, I don't listen to rap music because I can't understand it. I like moving to it, but I can't it's too fast for me. We kind of just stick to the old traditional Irish music, you know. Every morning I go swimming. I come back then and have a listen to Jeremy Kyle. Sets me up for the day.
JK from Small Heath encapsulates the modern Brummie in so many ways. Aside from the persistence and the local pride, in terms of heritage, he is a mix of white British, South Asian and Middle Eastern. Musically, he melds rapid-fire grime energy with icy atmospheric beats. And whilst he's been around for a bit, his time is very much now.
Yo,
Sam,
how you doing, man?
You alright?
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew it. The streets. Yeah, I was thinking. I'm like, yo, why does he? When you know? See, I didn't think that was his name. Now the crazy thing is they got a joint from Cadulthood, and that's how I ran into him through Cadulthood, and then I covered like 3 or 4 of his joints. But I couldn't put one and one together just now for some reason. When she was like, yo, I banged his music, I was like, well, let me Google him real quick. I just Googled and I see the streets. But shout out the streets, man.
Right
People
now,
that don't know, they like I did a joint with them in gigs. I did a joint, but there's a joint on Cadulthood. That's my joint. You know what I mean? It's like the main song of the movie Cadulthood. If y'all never seen Cadulthood, definitely check that out.
Coventry Road, Gango, Small Heath, Money, bro.
Small Heath, B10, man. Big up to, come on, good celebrities. Yeah.
JK. I mess with JK, man. I like his music a lot.
Nah, that's Ross Kemp.
What is it, do you think, that is creating such a lot of talent, or is enabling the talent to get through?
I think it's just the hunger, bruv, that everyone's got. And like, I think in Birmingham, bruv, I don't think a lot of rappers talk shit, bruv. Everyone's actually fucking pouring their heart out, fam. No matter what it be, it might be drill, it might be Afrobeat, it might be fucking pop. Whatever they're doing, bruv, they're actually singing about what the real life shit.
Your journey is probably like the most tied in with Birmingham, because at the beginning it was old Birmingham, which is like keeping grime alive, and when no one else is really listening, and then to now where it's like, you know, you're the hottest guy in grime.
When it wasn't cool to do grime, it was when we were still doing it, and we had.
And that's what I'm hearing too. I'm hearing that grime had fell off for a little bit, because I asked the question like, because Chip said something like he brought grime back, and I asked the question, and then people was like, nah, grime. It was like them dudes in Birmingham really brought grime back. You know what I mean? When grime kind of fell off for a little bit, they you know what I mean? They
the radio kicking off, we was clashing every week. There was things going on. There was set every Saturday. Everyone would go to DC's, do sets. One little room would be so rammed, like you can't even move, bro. That's the vibe of grime. No, that's what everyone loves, the reloads and the gas. I just vent, fam, and the things that I happen to vent about, they're not always the nice, sweeter things in life. It's just the things that I rap about are the things that might torment me.
Weigh up your options. And what you screwing up your face for? You ain't mad like Bronson. From where the Villa and Blues play, the Burgers and Johnsons. Oi, my G, you don't do that. Not Biggie or Tupac. Get sticky like Blue Tack. From a city like New Jack.
What I like about him, man, he mad smooth.
What you ringing on me vowed for?
I can spit a bar, fam, about deep shit, and people be like, bruh! And fucking, it's the end. I don't know what it is, bro.
It's like your voice or something.
It's the way that I'm spitting, fam.
Yeah.
You can either be a hype MC or you can be a fucking content MC, bro. That's how it was at one stage in the game. You either had gimmicks or you had bars. I've tried to just...
Yeah, you have. That's exactly right.
That's what I wanted to do.
I mean, Toothache was like the biggest slice of truth, wasn't it?
What I can say in Birmingham is people really rap. There's a lot of real rapping. Like, it ain't a lot of like gimmicky rap for real. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know too many gimmicky artists I've covered from Birmingham.
I read the Paul Bear out when debts got carried. I lost count of time, so I got ballied and risked my freedom for pricks. Yeah, it was inside me, a rim chest got padded. Told him strap bars, don't stay strallied. All of the hype on roads invalid, don't risk your freedom for this.
But before I released that tune, it's like, oh, I only knew that though. I was moving like a waste man, bro. I just had a kid. I ain't got a proper income, bro. I'm fucking chasing dough left, right, and centre. That was like a make or break kind of thing. Like, I need this tune to cement myself, bro. I need people to feel this fucking song, bro. The first experience of going on holiday, bro, Skepta took man to Magaluf to go and perform out there, fam.
Oh, really?
And there was fucking bet, bro. The holiday we'd never ever get again, bro. Deps man come with us. My brethren's still there. Yeah? Yeah? One of my brethren is still there. I've been IB for bare times. It weren't like this time we just went, fam. I don't mean to sound small, but we're not broke no more, bruv. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Like, we can fucking go out and fucking enjoy ourselves. People used to say to me, are you still singing? Are you still rapping? Everyone fucking knows now. Yeah, I fucking am, bruv. And you know what the fuck I'm on, bruv? It's not. Yeah, I'm still fucking singing, bruv. You know I'm still. You've heard my fucking song, mate. You know, like that. Like that's the difference now, bruv. It's not like people used to look at man like a dickhead for being a rapper, fam. Straight, you can't be a rapper from around here, fam. People look at you like, oh, he's a dickhead. What you on about? Trying to rap.
Who was some artists from Birmingham that wasn't rapping before that got a big name that I probably would know, or probably like I'd have ran across, you know, before the rap thing came to Birmingham?
Bro, let's all change around, man. People get it now, man. Nice one, bro.
Here's to the tour diet.
Have you started preparing for that yet? Do you know the words still?
Bro, like, I have to learn the words. Like, it's not a joke.
When was the last time you done it?
It's like 7 years ago. But I literally, it's not just that I haven't done it, it's like I haven't even
played it.
Not like, yeah.
That's
like,
mad.
Not once in 7 years, like any
No.
Did you record it in Brum?
Bits of it. Stay Positive was in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And like, has it come to this?
Yeah, you done that in Brum? You need to come to a blues game, bro. Do you want to go Blues Villa away?
You blend in nicely.
With the ultras, yeah?
Yeah. I've got some flares for you to let off.
He lets flares off at five-a-side, bro.
Five-a-side power league. I take things seriously, I do more.
And the Villa fan, as I well know,
This
is
what I
just
was
a
gonna say.
fucking twat who will shit inside a plastic bag and feed it
I
to
know
his
Birmingham
cat.
for football, you know what I mean? That was my first introduction to hearing about Birmingham.
He owe £5 a pair, the pillars now to clear them out the way. He owe £5 a pair, the pillars to clear them out the way. The art of a market trade is to suss out genuine punter or a looker. You know, they call them lookers and feelers. They come, they look, and they feel, but they ain't gonna buy. I think a Brummie is a genuine person. We're working class, so people don't take to us automatically. But there ain't no better friend than a Brummie.
Is that true? Ain't no better friend than the Brummie? Or the Brummies be? Let me know.
Whoa, newsflash. The hearing the name, the seeing the face.
It's not just rappers. Soul singer Georgia Smith from nearby Warsaw is about to be enormous. And she invited me and JK down to her
That's
video
crazy.
shoot.
I didn't know she was
And I
from
bumped
there
into
neither.
Daps on the Map, who is another vital component of the Brum scene. I asked him about why he thinks this is all happening now.
Behave, no, whoa. Call my team move, Shinobi on road. I live by these, so that's the code. No side man.
Yo, I never covered Daps. It's crazy. I never covered him, but this joint sound heat like some fire, and we gonna do some music for him sometime coming up soon.
Oh My Days, it was obviously the first time I really heard anyone singing or being melodic, like on kind of grime, really. Yeah. Where did that come from?
My engineer, he always said, you've got tone, you've got a voice, like, why don't you, like, you're always singing as well, like, because sometimes man's is just happy singing along, you know what I mean, in studio and that. So you got a nice tone, man, why don't you do those type of songs? And I was like, don't feel confident, like, I got 3 brothers to start with, you know what I mean, like.
What does that mean?
We're pretty much masculine, like, all of us are kind of like masculine guys, you know what I mean? And out of the 3 of us, I'm in touch.
You're sensitive.
Yeah, I'm in touch. Yeah, like, so, like, it was a bit out of the norm to, like, be singing, especially, like, about situations that I'm singing about breakups and relationships and how I feel hurt, how I feel away, or, I don't know, I think the more I got into my artistry, the more I just felt like, you know what, like, I want to be able to make those songs, but still make the grime songs on the same tempo.
So many man know, man that man don't know. See if you ain't
Yo,
flicker, but you can't flex
all
right now.
this joints sound, all this joints is heat. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I'm only hearing the first 5 seconds, and I can just tell by the vibe of it already. Like, yo, this joint is fire.
I know flex zone. And if it ain't in 7-0, then I'm in B10. You can find me by St. Andrews. Rolling with my Afghan friend.
I feel like if you're at school now in Birmingham and you're like thinking about what you want to do, they must be thinking now like they could be a rapper.
MC, yeah. I feel
they're
like
looking at like Mist and,
yeah,
you know.
I feel like the generation before the likes of Daps and the Maps and the JKs and the Mists, they paved the way for us to do this, but we are the first generation who's done this on this scale. You know what I mean? So generations after us now are going to look at us and say that, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I can do it. I can see JK. He lives down the road from me. I think I can do it.
London's watching, thinking Daps on a map is an artist, they need to watch. I'm from town.
Yo, do people from Birmingham, when they make it, do they stay in Birmingham? Is it areas that you can just move to where you're like out the way, or do they move over to London or, you know, somewhere else?
And the map start from doing freestyles on Grime blog. Hey.
The mutton and rice, please. Rice and peas.
I could use some rice and peas right now.
I'll just have my usual, please.
Okay, no problem. Is that a medium or a large?
Medium, please, yeah.
No matter what background you're from, what colour you are, what culture you are, what religion you are, we're all growing up in the ends.
Where else in the UK can I go, bro? Talking the language that I do. Wearing the garments that I'm wearing and feel comfy. And it could be like the biggest grime geezer over there with the biggest chains on. When I go and when I see him, he'll bless me, he firms me up, he's blessed, he's calm.
Who in Birmingham hasn't heard of Mist? Mist was around. You know what first caught my ear? You know when he was doing the whole Arpana Carla's thing?
Yeah.
That really appealed to the Asian community as well, because they're like, yo, this black kid's talking our language. It's usually the other way around. Do you know what I mean? We're running around, talking like the black kids, dressing like the black kids and that, but then this guy's coming out, speaking Punjabi on one of his tracks. That really got everybody's attention.
Now we go out and we splash money.
Only a few months ago, this
Shout
next
out Miss,
guy...
man. Yo, look. For all the people that wonder why I don't got too many Miss joints up, for some reason, every time I do a Miss joint, that joint get blocked. I done finagle like 2 or 3 up, you know what I mean? But I done try to cover mad Miss joints. So if y'all, you know, any of my Birmingham people, you know, that's watching this No Miss, man, tell them, man, y'all gotta whitelist that joint, man. Trying to get people in America to, you know what I mean? Get onto it.
Felt like one of the most promising rappers in Brum. But now he feels like one of the most important artists in the country. MIS to the fucking T.
Life is a madness, fame is a madness. I blew up my pain, it's a mad thing. But my mum's in the grave, it's a sad thing. But when I feel pain, it's a lab thing. Life is a madness. Now who's that? Missed on radio again, that's...
Yo.
What's happening, bro?
Thank you for having me, man. Who's this?
This is Money, this is the nipper of the house. You know what I mean? He's got aftershave around somewhere, yeah? Dog aftershave.
What was it like growing up in Brum?
Born and bred in Erdington and Birmingham, man. Very multicultural area. Growing up with friends of all different types of colours. You know them areas where you can leave your front door open and your neighbour pops round and that neighbour knows that neighbour and that neighbour needs sugar off that neighbour. A community.
Why do you think the Brummie accent gets so much mentions?
Yeah, you get the jokes, innit? I've had the jokes. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. Because I feel like there's a lot worse accents than our accent.
You know what's crazy to me? The Birmingham accent isn't really that strong compared to like the Liverpool accent and the Manchester accent. So to me, if I hear H talk, H accent and Bugsy Malone is way stronger than his or JK or Millions. Or if I hear like A-Star or Trims, like the dude's accent is a little stronger. So I don't know. But everybody do tell me when we go live and they be like, yo, the Birmingham accent, that's the strongest one. You don't think so? But nah, not to me though.
What?
I just
Liverpool
said Liverpool
accent.
too.
Like, come on.
Just made a banger with
too, though.
Still got packs of a slang. Still got the rack link with the Mac ting boom bang. Still blowing smoke, yeah, I hate it with my am live.
What else makes a Brummie a Brummie?
It's the way we carry ourselves. I feel like being a Brummie, you're proud. Because we've had so much dissing and whatnot, we're proud, we move very proud. We are that Jack the Lad, it's Brummie, we wear that trackie. We don't care, like, you know what I mean?
But in London, it's like you see your role models, you see them.
Normal. And it's like, for me, there was a lot more steps before even getting to see my role model. A lot of people say, no, we've all got the same chances. But for me, coming from Birmingham, you just have to work a little bit harder.
Who was the role models of, who's the person people looked up to in Birmingham before this generation? So who's the people when they was kids, they was looking at like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he from out of here, man, maybe we can make it too.
What have you learned specifically from the record label experience?
They've taught me a lot. How you have to run a business to be at that top form.
Yeah.
That's what it's taught me. Because now this is what it is, it's a business. It's not just about me making music and having fun. It's my empire, you know what I mean?
Do you get much love in America?
Yeah, with rappers, image plays a big part. I feel like that, it builds your fan base. I feel like that chain has brought me more publicity and more money than what it would have had if I never had it. Image-wise, American guys hit me up. Normal. Any guy I hit up on the gram, they must, before they read me back, take me in. It's not the blue tick, it's not the followers. They're taking me in as a person. Certain people appreciate beautiful music. I know a lot of Americans wouldn't even care what music I make. They'll see the jewels like, well, it must be popping. Like,
what he's saying
you know
is
what I mean?
real. That's how people. That's how it is everywhere, though. That's how it is people in the UK too to Americans. You know what I mean? And Americans, people in the UK. You see something as an image. If you rock with the image, you don't even need to know the backstory. You know what I mean? Dude can have his mad joints on, his mad clothes. That's how it is.
So I started Irish dancing when I was 7 in Birmingham in Sutton Coldfield. And then when I was 10, I became world champion. Birmingham's really very multicultural. Done a lot of cultural events where we've done Irish dancing and we've met up with all other kind of cultures, with Bollywood dancers, African dancers. So yeah, but I think Birmingham's got it all.
Look like JK on all the joints, man. If you notice, all the big songs you see JK is on it. You know what I mean?
Ask me where I'm from, and if you see them, say Birmingham, man, I'm from Birmingham. Them yellow from Birmingham, yellow from Birmingham. Oh my, Birmingham, man, I'm from Birmingham. Them yellow from Birmingham, yellow from Birmingham. KMT, don't play with me.
Yo.
Yes, bro.
How you doing, man?
It's good,
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, bro.
How you doing, bro? I caught you at a key time.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You just still got the chalk stuff
Oh,
on
no,
there,
that's
right?
not sure, that's my beard. You beg.
So we're in Lozells, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you both from here?
Not too far from there.
Yeah. You've done a fair bit of travelling now, haven't you?
Yeah, we was up and down everywhere. We was having shows like
I
sometimes
gotta put me on
back.
to them too. And man, look, what we gonna do real quick, man. Yo, cause I don't wanna make this too long and you know, YouTube kinda, we gonna turn this into a 2-part thing, you know what I mean? So, this is gonna be the first part right here. Y'all definitely tune in. The second part gonna get uploaded right after, you know what I mean? But, other than that, man, yo, I'm gonna see y'all on the second part, alright?